Howdy folks, hope everybody doing real good. We're going to whip up a little side dish this afternoon. I'm going to be making some bumped up baked beans. We're going to take a can of regular old store-bought baked beans. We're going to make them extra good. I've made this particular rendition of baked beans a couple of times. I made a pretty big pot up over 4th of July. A lot of people really enjoyed it. Cousin asked for the recipe, so I'm going to get it on up here. And for these bumped up baked beans, I like to use those Bush's Country Style. It's got some bacon in it and quite a bit of brown sugar. They're fairly sweet. So we're going to balance that sweetness out with some vegetables and some savory. I've got some diced up ham here. We're going to get that in a pot. Get that ham caramelized real good. Get the natural sugars out of it. Make it a little more savory. We're going to deglaze the pot with some bourbon and get it all out of there and set it aside. And I've got some vegetables here. I've got some onion, red bell pepper, and I've got about a half of a poblano pepper. That poblano pepper just elevates this a little bit. It adds a deep earthy taste to these baked beans. And the proportions of vegetables you use is completely personal taste. I particularly do like a lot of onion and bell pepper in my baked beans, but you can adjust as you see fit. If you need to make a bigger batch, you're going to use 2 or 3 cans to just double or triple this recipe. Once we get those vegetables sweated down, we're going to season them up with some no salt Cajun seasoning, add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. I've got about 1.5 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons of ketchup that's going to go in here as well. Then we're going to get the can of baked beans and the ham back in the pot and get it all simmering for a little while, let it all come together. It's going to be extra good. Let's get it going. Let's get started getting this ham browned off. We're going to get some vegetable oil in the pot. That's about 4 to 5 ounces of ham. However much ham you want in yours, personal choice. But generally when I do 2 cans, I use about 1/2 pound. We're just going to let this cook here over medium-low heat till we get some nice color on here and get this ham caramelized. These are popping. Right, we got the ham browned up there pretty good. Some fond stuck on the bottom. Some good caramelization. We're going to go in with a little bourbon. Get that alcohol off there. That smells good. Bourbon and ham. I'm going to get this over here in a little bowl out of the way for a little while. Get a little olive oil in the pot. Get some onion in. Bell pep. A bit of poblano. We're going to sweat these vegetables down here for a few minutes. Alright, vegetables are softened up there pretty good. Been going about 5 minutes. We're gonna get some no salt Cajun seasoning in here. About a teaspoon, teaspoon and a half. Now, put however much you want in there. I'm gonna add a nice little seasoning to those vegetables. And I didn't salt that, because instead I want to add some of this rich flavor from Worcestershire sauce. We're gonna get that in there. A couple teaspoons. I'm gonna get some black pepper in. Don't be right. Get this ketchup in here. About a tablespoon and a half. We'll let everything go a little while and then taste it, see if it needs any adjustments later. We're going to get our bourbon ham back in here. Now this right here is the seasoning base for these old canned baked beans. That's why they bumped up. And we're going to get the beans in. Rinse the can out with a little bit of water, so you're going to have to simmer here for a little while. I don't want them getting too thick. Let's just get all this mixed together. Got our bourbon ham with poblano pepper, some basil, some onion, a little Cajun seasoning in here. Got a little bit of that rich flavor from the Worcestershire. Gonna be good. Smell good. Cut these down real low, because I don't want anything sticking on the bottom. We're gonna get a lid on here. Let them sit there and get happy for a little while. See y'all back shortly. Alright, these old beans have been bubbling here about 45 minutes. Let's take a look, see what's popping. Yeah, they're looking pretty good. So everything's married up real good. And at this point, I'm going to leave the lid off because I want some of this liquid to evaporate. We put some of that canned water in there, and then of course some moisture has come out the vegetables. We're going to let these thicken up a little bit, and then once it gets to the consistency you want, you can give it a taste, see if it needs any adjustments. He's been bubbling here a little while and thickened up. That's about the consistency I like. I'm going to go ahead and cut the fire off, give them a taste. Man, them are good. When y'all seen how they went together, you know they're right. Let's get some bowled up. There's some bumped up baked beans right there. They extra good. Till next time, peace.